Cleveland tonight. Shedeur Sanders has a chance to turn the Browns' quarterback competition upside down, going from the bottom of the depth chart to starting tonight. What was supposed to be a developmental year has suddenly become a real shot at relevance thanks to injuries to Dylan Gabriel and Kenny Pickett. So let's bring in our senior NFL reporter, Jeremy Fowler, NFL analyst, Herm Edwards. And Jay Fowler, I guess I'll start with you. Leading into this start here with Shedeur Sanders, what have you heard? How did he perform, especially this week with all those dual practices they had with the Panthers?
Yeah, they did a joint practice with the Carolina Panthers. I'm told he did some good things, but overall has some things to work on too, because that was his first game action against another live NFL team, getting those live bullets. A little bit of a windy throwing motion, and then lacked some urgency in the pocket. That was kind of the scouting report I got. But he's accurate, did some good things, and here's what he's got going for him tonight. The players believe in him. They want to play for him. So they're going to go out there and they're going to try to perform, get open for him, create some passing lanes, and then he can put up some numbers. But he's going to play a lot because they have a lot of injured quarterbacks. He's one of the only healthy ones.
Yeah, I heard that he's probably going to play into the second half. So, Herm, what are you going to be looking for out of Shedeur Sanders?
Well, how he commands the huddle. Okay. Can he run the offense? Can he stay on schedule with the ball? And Jeremy just mentioned it. You know, a lot of young quarterbacks, they hold the ball too long. Get the ball out. Now, the play caller has to help him too. Give him some easy throws early in the game. Quarterbacks want to see this. They want to see themselves complete the ball. Give him some early completeness. Know the situation that he's in. Help the young man. That's probably the most important thing.
So as a former coach, do you think Shedeur has a real chance to maybe move up the depth chart? Considering he's playing, a couple of guys are injured, all of a sudden he gets this opportunity. If you're a coach and all of a sudden this guy throws and lights it up, do you say, well, you know what? Maybe I'll move him up a spot or two.
You know what I'm telling him? Because this is his first start. You do good, you get to start again next week. Give him a carrot. Hey, sometimes you put the guy in the game and all of a sudden they start playing. You go, wait. You know, that's that old Wally Pipp story. You let a certain guy get in the game, and all of a sudden he starts playing good. You go, wait a minute now. You can say, let him play a little bit more.
Yeah.
Let him play. I'm going to tell you, hey, man, it's your job. You're the starter. You want to stay the starter? Do good.
Oh, I like it.
Do good.
I like it. We're going to keep things in the AFC North. Chris visiting the Panthers. Shedeur Sanders getting his start for Cleveland. And Panthers coach, by the way, Dave Canales said last week that his starters will see action in the team's first two preseason games. Then it's the Lions visiting the Falcons. Detroit's Jared Goff, as well as Atlanta's Michael Penix Jr., Kirk Cousins are all expected to sit out. Finally, Commanders and Foxborough facing the Patriots. But we won't see both sophomore QB Jaden Daniels is sitting out for DC, but Drake May is expected to play a few series for the home fans. Back here with Jeremy Fowler, Herm Edwards, and Jimmy, what can you tell us about the plan there for Drake May, especially tonight against Washington?
I just checked in with somebody from the team. Mike Vrabel has not made a full determination yet as far as the people I talked to know, but he is going to play because Mike Vrabel plans to play all healthy players, which you would like to hear. Drake May, I suspect, will get at least a few series. They'll give him a run, see how he feels, get the operation going. I'm told he's been a different guy year two. He looks like an NFL quarterback, as somebody with the team told me, meaning the way he carries himself, the way he ingratiates himself, the way he runs the operation, all 11 players at the line of scrimmage. There has been some growth so far that they've seen.
You know, Herm, you look at it, it is year two for him. New head coach,
yes.
New offensive coordinator,
yes.
New starters on that offensive line.
Yep.
How would you set him up for success then in year two?
Well, look, knowing his coach, Vrabel, they're going to run the football. They're going to be a physical offense. He's going to protect the quarterback. Look, I said last year when they drafted this kid, he should have started. Started day one. And eventually they put him in the game about the fourth week or something like that. Should have started him game one because he's your start. This is your franchise quarterback. So Vrabel, he's going to protect him. I mean, he knows how to protect the quarterback, and they're going to run the football, be a physical football team, bring him along slowly. He's going to be fine.
You said you know Mike Vrabel very well. Earlier this week, Vrabel got into a scrum. The players got into a little scrum there at practice. Yeah. Vrabel jumped into it, basically got cut on the cheek there, had to have some ice on there. My question is, we know how phenomenal shape you were in.
Yeah.
I want to know, would you have gotten in that scrum too? Would you have gotten in there?
We've had a few.
Hell yeah.
And you know when they do it, you know what I do?
What you do?
I blow the whistle and I walk off the field.
Yeah, is that right?
So I literally walk off the field and told them, if you guys want to fight, I got some boxing gloves. You go in the gym and go fight. We don't fight in football. If you're tired, you want some water, just tell me. I give you a water break. But we don't need to fight because none of you want to fight anyway. What you're trying to do is get out of practice. But we're gonna practice, so don't stop all this nonsense about fighting.
Never a real fight.
No, they just buying time. I said, you know what? You just missed 5 minutes of practice. Now I got to put 5 more minutes on you because all them plays we could have ran, you guys out here trying to fight. Ain't nobody want to fight.
I love it. All right, Jay Powell. Let's get to another second-year quarterback, and let's talk about Michael Penix Jr. You know, look, he won't play in the preseason opener, obviously, as we talked about here with the Lions. You were with the Falcons, though, from my understanding here this past week. What did you see out of Penix? Because this was, I think it was last week, where he says, we're probably going to have the best offense in the NFL, he said, with the weapons he's got.
I saw arm strength.
Oh, yeah.
Raining hard that day in Atlanta. That was no problem for Michael Penix. He's able to drive the ball through the rain. I saw great throws to Kyle Pitts and Drake London both. Those two players in particular, ones to watch, because Penix has worked hard this offseason to just cultivate a good chemistry with those two players. So Kyle Pitts, I even saw him lining up wide a little bit, tight end, more
tight
as a
ends.
receiver. You could see that in the practice setting. Penix is going to be airing it out. They're going to try to get the best out of those guys.
What do you make of them not going with the decision not to start him?
I might have to call my boy Raheem Morris after this segment and ask him why he's not playing.
I bet he plays third preseason.
Well, I mean, I don't worry about that. He needs to play now. He needs to play now. I'd give him a series or two, let him play. They got to play. Look, these guys are football players. They play football. They had the whole offseason to rest. As soon as you start protecting certain players, in my opinion, it sends a bad message to the team. Why he not playing, Coach? Why I'm playing? I'm the starting left guard. Why am I playing? Your quarterback don't have to play. It just, yeah. Now, Raheem's a good head coach. He knows his team better than me. But I believe when it's football season, you go play football. That's what you signed on to do. Doesn't have to play a lot.
Right.
But he's going to play a series or two. Put him out there. And I'll tell him, first series, take the ball down the field, man. Take the ball down the field. Do something good so I can get you out.
There you go. There you go. Christina Alexander, Brian Custer with you here on SportsCenter. And hey, with Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel nursing injuries, tonight Shedeur Sanders will make his debut and start for the Cleveland Browns in their preseason opener. Despite being buried fourth on the Browns depth chart, practicing mostly with the second and third team offense, Sanders would get the opportunity to show why he was rated as the second best quarterback in the draft. Our Browns reporter, Daniel Olafusi, joins us now. And all right, Daniel, listen, we know Shedeur Sanders is going to start tonight. What can you tell us about how much is he going to play?
Good afternoon, Brian. You should expect to see a lot of Shedeur Sanders tonight. He's going to get about 50 plays, so well into the second half before Tyler Huntley takes over. Now, Sanders has received 0 first-team reps. He's gotten the fewest reps of that four-man group when everyone's been healthy. But the Browns are resting their starters, so Sanders is going to be out there with the second and third-team offense that he's practiced with throughout camp. And looking big picture at this competition, Coach Kevin Stefanski said he's hopeful that Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel can return from their injuries in time for joint practices with the Eagles next week. Stefanski said he's looking to make a decision on QB1 sooner than later, so next week should be pretty pivotal.
Yeah, absolutely, especially when you have those joint practices. That way you get an opportunity to see what everybody can do against the squad. Daniel Olafusi, thank you for your insight. Appreciate it.
How do you see him making an impact in Vegas?
Well, I think if you know the style of Pete